Let me catch my breath.
What's up, guys? Welcome back, episode 23. And I have a guest today for the first time in Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl history. We have our first guest, and it's my friend Mango. Say hi, Mango.
Hi.
Okay, so I have a really fun episode planned for you guys. Just a bunch of questions and hypothetical scenarios, nothing too crazy. A little chill episode, just like last time. So let's get right into it. Okay, so the first question of the day, I want to start with is a question that I saw on one of my favorite podcasts. And I like this question so much because I just like how everybody's answer is different. So I'm going to ask Mango this question first. And then if you guys have any answers, also, you could DM me, comment on whatever. So the question is, would you rather know when you were going to die or know how you were going to die? I'm going to let Mango answer first, and then I'm going to give you guys my answer because you guys probably already know my answer. If you've been listening long enough, you probably know what I'm going to say. So, all right, Mango. So, would you rather know when you were going to die or know how you were going to die?
I'd rather not know neither.
Really?
I would not want to know.
Okay, so what if it was a life and death situation? It was like either you got to know right now when you were going to die or you need to know how you were going to die. I'm going to tell you which one I would rather do. Because if they got a gun to your head and it's like, you need to pick right now. Either you need to know how or you need to know why. I feel like I will only want to know when I was going to die. Because if I knew how, like let's say I was going to die by getting in a car accident. I would never get in my car again. Like I would never go anywhere. Because the day I get in my car and be like, this is going to be the day. But if I knew when I was going to die, I feel like I'd be a better person up until then. So let's say I was dying October 21st, 2031. Until October 20th, I'm going to be the best person. I'm going to be living my life. I'm going to be doing all the shit I never thought I would do. I'm not going to care so much about money. I'm not going to care so much about, long lasting relationships. I'm just going to give everybody my first bout of, positivity because I'm just like, bitch, I'm about to be out of here anyway. And speaking from a perspective of somebody who's been suicidal, I've always had this thought in the back of my mind that if I knew, if I had a terminal illness and I knew that I only had a couple days to live, I feel like I wouldn't be so self-conscious and I wouldn't be so worried about my impact on people because a bitch about to be out of here. So it's just I've always felt like that. I feel like I would like me a whole lot more, or I would like my impact on people a lot more if I knew that I was about to die. So
I feel like terminal illnesses, that makes more sense. Yeah. But me personally, I feel like I would just stress myself out on the when, that date coming up, that date coming up.
Okay, so then it sounds like you would rather know how you would die.
I wouldn't because because if I did, like you said with the car accident, I would never get in my car again. Yeah. I would never probably walk across the street. They'd be like, "Oh, you're gonna get hit by a bus, never walking across the street."
I'm never crossing the street again. But I just feel like for me and my personal, the way I handle shit, I just feel like for my personal mental everything, I feel like I would handle knowing when I was dying a lot more than I would handle how. Because it could be the most random shit how I'm dying. It could be like, oh, a dog came up and bit your fucking face off. Then I'm gonna be like, and I love animals so much, so now I'm gonna be scared of every animal I see, every dog I see. I'm gonna be like, that's the bitch that's gonna get me. I would be so terrified of every animal, so I just wouldn't be able to handle. And knowing how you die is crazy because I don't think anybody knows. Nobody, when everybody dies, I don't think anybody ever thought this is the way I thought I was gonna die. So knowing how you're gonna die is just so fucking crazy. A lot of people know when they're gonna die because of, like I said, terminal illnesses or, even situations where people be like, I'm gonna kill you. People be like, oh, I'm dying today. Or you know what I mean? A lot of people know when they're gonna die. So that's not as crazy as knowing how. But I don't think my mentality could handle knowing how I was gonna die. I would lock myself in my room and I'd probably die first of starvation because I'll never leave my fucking house again. So it's just I don't know. But do you think that your mentality could handle one more than the other? Even if you don't want to know either one, which one do you think that you would be able to handle more?
I think I would be able to handle like the time.
Yeah.
Like knowing, oh, okay, you dying.
This is it. Also, my next question, if you did find out whether, how, or when you were going to die, would you tell anybody?
No.
You wouldn't tell anybody? You wouldn't tell your man? You wouldn't tell your mom?
I'll tell my man, but I wouldn't tell nobody else. Because then they treat you different.
Yeah.
I don't want to be treated.
It's just like, I want the sympathy, but I don't think I would tell anybody. Honestly, I don't think I would tell my parents. I don't think I would tell anybody. I would just wait till the day comes. When I'm about to go to bed, I'll be like, y'all, I ain't gonna be here tomorrow. I'm just let y'all know. Everybody gonna have so many questions. I'm gonna be like, look, it is what it is. Once I roll over on this bed, it's a wrap. But I don't think I can handle the way people would start treating me, because then I think I would freak out more.
Yeah.
Because like if I told somebody, now it's real. Now I'm actually gonna die. Like with me not telling anybody, I can like suppress it in my head and just forget about it and be like, this just ain't really dying. Like I'm not really gonna die. But once I tell people and other people start telling other people, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm about to die. Like I don't want to be treated like I'm about to die.
And then the reactions, oh no, don't get up.
Don't get up. Yeah. Like people gonna start treating me like I'm a fucking vegetable. It's just like I can go to the refrigerator. Like I can, like yeah. But then also knowing when you're gonna die is crazy because you don't know how that shit gonna happen. You think that like people treating you nicely and people not letting you get up and walk, like you could literally die. You could know you're gonna die on October 12th. You could literally slip and fall in the kitchen, hit your head on the end of the corner, and that's just it. It's like not me dying in the most punk ass way, like, you know what I mean? So I understand when people want to know how they die more than they want to know when. Because just like, even though you know when, the how is going to be crazy as fuck. So I don't know, but still, I really do think that the when is more beneficial for my mentality, because I promise you, a bitch not leaving the house. I will crawl everywhere if I knew how I was going to die. I don't care if it was getting attacked by a bear. A bear could bust up in my house right now. I'll never know. I wouldn't be able to handle it. I wouldn't be able to handle it.
I wouldn't.
Okay, guys. So the next thing I want to talk about is kind of my favorite thing to talk about. Y'all know I talk about getting married and having kids every chance I get. So I recently saw a video of an interview with Michelle Obama, and she was talking about, I think it was like a passage in her book, and she was basically saying how the new generation doesn't have the capabilities of, you know, having a successful marriage, being in a long-term relationship, right? She was basically saying how her and Barack Obama been together for 30 years, and 10 of the years she hated him, right? She was like, a lot of the younger generation doesn't know what it takes to like live your life with another person. They don't understand the sacrifices. They don't understand that it's all not, you know, sunshine and strawberries. And, you know, she was saying that a lot of the generation thinks that you deserve to be happy every second of your life, and that's just not ideal with a marriage, because half of it is with another person, and another person isn't responsible for your happiness. And so I think that's really funny, because we all know the older generation is more than vetted and just taking a bunch of bullshit and, you know, dealing with it, you know, being cheated on, dealing with it. They have that mindset of, since we got married, there's no way we can get a divorce. So no matter what you do to me, or no matter what we go through, we're in this marriage together and we have to stay together. And I just don't think that that's not only necessary, but I don't think the women of today are putting up with that shit. You know, back in their day, men were the money makers of the house, you know, women cooked and cleaned and stuff like that. And it's just not like that no more. So if this man, who I really don't even need, isn't providing me happiness in the way that I want it, why should I be unhappy with him for 10 years when I can be happy by myself? You know what I mean? I'd rather be happier. I'd rather be happy alone than happy with miserable. A nigga in my face. Yeah, like, why would I choose to be unhappy, still gotta cook you dinner, still gotta wash your clothes and shit, still gotta look at you, still gotta roll over next to you, when I could do all of that shit by myself? And I think that's what the older generation doesn't understand, is that it's not that we don't have the capabilities of being with a partner and having those sacrifices. It's just that
we're okay with being alone.
We're more okay with being alone. Like, I'm more than happy than being by myself. If this nigga is not giving me what I want, ain't no sacrifice, bitch, I'm out.
And I don't like that she said that the younger generation don't know, because most of the generations, before they decide that they want to be alone, has came from long-term relationships.
Exactly.
And then they discovered that they wanted to be
alone. Exactly. Just how, you know, some of the older generations now, like, well, I can't use Nia Long because her husband cheated on her, but just how, you know, some of the older generations now, Ashanti, Tracy Ellis Ross, been alone. You know, one of Tracy Ellis Ross's favorite things to say is get dick as much as you can, but don't let it stay in your house. That's one of her most favorite lines. You know, I understand that sex is necessary and everybody loves sex, but you do not need to get married. You do not have to be tied down and be okay with being unhappy for so long just for the sake of having a partnership or having a man.
You know, my boyfriend doesn't want to get married.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should. I say it all the time. If you want to be with me forever, just be with me forever. There is no need for us to get married, because the day you stop giving me what I need, you got to get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. The only reason I would get married is for like the benefits, because like, fuck. Like when you like when the hospital and shit, like they don't consider you the girlfriend, long-term girlfriend. That's like you have to be like the wife or something. Yeah. So if anything, I would do that for the benefits alone. But like a whole marriage really doesn't. It's not necessary to me. Like my parents are married, but I don't care. Yeah,
it doesn't matter to me. Even a lot of people that say, "Oh, I've had somebody tell me," because a lot of people know, you know, my background. My mom was a, you know, drug addict. She was a little harlot. And, you know, all of my blood brothers and sisters, we all have different dads. So people think a lot of the time that I don't want to get married because I came from a woman who, you know, wasn't married and didn't have a title. Basically, I was born from a side bitch. And a lot of people think that's the reason I don't want to get married. But I've met a lot of women and a lot of men who've come from houses with two parents and have no interest in getting married. That's just the way it is. So even though if I did want to get married, I think I would understand Michelle Obama's point a little bit better. But like I said again, I just think the older generation doesn't understand that this generation especially would just rather be alone. I don't want to hate my husband for 10 years. Like, that doesn't sound like, when she said that, like, I was like, I think she thinks that's giving something that is really not given. I would rather, that's 10 years you just basically wasted of your life.
Bro, imagine him not knowing that
this man don't give a damn that you hate him. He don't even know that you hate him. He out here living his best life. And of course,
I love my wife.
Right, I love my wife. We love our kids. We having a grand time. This life thing, we killing this life shit. Whole time she grit her teeth every second. Like
rolling her eyes,
rolling her eyes. Can't stand the sight of you. The smell of you make her want to throw up and shit. It's just like
sound of you eating.
The sound of you chewing on something. She's like, this nigga gotta go. And it's just like, I just don't understand, y'all. I just don't understand. I would much rather, and a lot of women would just rather be alone. Like, if we were back in the 19 whatever the fucks, and, you know, women didn't have that many rights, or, you know, women couldn't have that many jobs, and just opportunities for women won't what they are today, then I could wholeheartedly understand with, you know, eating those sacrifices and being like, all right, I literally need this man in my life to be able to do anything I want to do. So whatever he do to me, I'm going to just firm it. And of course, you know, Michelle Obama didn't say what Barack did or what happened in that relationship to make her hate him for those 10 years. Because we don't know if he cheated. We don't know if he, you know, I like to think he didn't. But, you know, to be unhappy and to not even hate him for the full consecutive 10 years, but just to have 10 years where the marriage didn't just go well, it's just like,
this sounds so miserable.
This sounds miserable as fuck. And I could be miserable by myself. Like, I just can't. I just can't. And
then she also got to realize right now in this time, in this recession, when we coming home from work, you looking at a nigga that's been on the couch.
Right.
Ain't did
all of us not married to Barack Obama, okay? All of us ain't got Barack. We not married to the president of the United States, okay? Some of these niggas is bums, and some of these niggas deserve to be left, Michelle. And that's another thing. All of us ain't the first lady of the fucking United States. And I like I said, if I wanted to get married and if I was maybe a little bit older, I could understand her point so much. But it's something about me. I really hate it when the older generation is trying to prove a point and they can't do anything but put this generation down. It's just like, we don't have to eat it like y'all did. And we appreciate y'all going through that for us, but we don't got to do that. Bitches is making more money than half of the niggas out here. You know what I mean? We really are on top. And like I said, we appreciate you for all that you did to pave the way for us to get here. But we don't got to eat it like that no more. We really don't. And I hate when they try to prove a point of how much wiser they are and how much smarter they are than us. And the only thing they're doing is saying how much shit we won't take like they do. It's just like, oh, well, of course we not.
Yeah.
Why would we?
My mom, she gets on me all the time about how I go from job to job. But I'll be like, I'm not happy. And she'll be like, well, you need to make a career. Da, 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 da. If you're not happy, then you still have to make a career. You can't go from job to job. And I'm like,
why?
But I'm not happy.
Right. So why would I stay somewhere I'm not happy? And they don't understand that. Their generation is literally the epitome of suffering in silence. Yeah, just making it work. No, I'm not gonna do that. If I'm not happy, I'm leaving. Yes, I'm going to put in my 2 weeks if they lucky. Like, I'm not doing that. And you just brought up a good point that I want to mention. Mango just reminded me of something that I want to talk about. We'll get to the next section in a second. But my dad always tells me, you guys know I'm adopted. He always tells me when I'm like, he can tell when I'm going through like my depressive episodes or when I'm like, going through some panic attacks. He'll always be like, I don't understand why you're so unhappy. Because once again, my parents are older. They don't understand that my depression is an actual disease. They just think a bitch be making up temporary sadness all the time. And I'll be like, listen. And their generation love to say, he'll be like, you have a head, you got clothes on your back, I don't understand what you could be unhappy about. It's like, and I had to break it down to him. I was like, everything you just named, you guys gave me. Like, if I never would have got adopted, I would have either been dead or a crackhead on the street. So everything you think that I should feel blessed about, you gave me. If something ever happened to you two, I would have none of those things you just named. Right. So there's nothing in my heart and in my spirit or anything about me that I've given myself that could conquer that much happiness that you've provided for me. So if you take away you and you take away my mom and you take away all of that shit that you just named that y'all have given me, what do I got left? That's the reason I'm so fucking sad. That's the reason I'm so chemically imbalanced, is because my life before I had y'all shaped my brain and my functionality, and that's why bitch is so fucked up. But because you see me eating a bowl of chili every night, you see me hopping into a warm bed and sliding on new jeans, you can't quite comprehend what I got to be sad about. But it's not about the way my life is right now. It's the way my life was when I first got into this bitch. And now I got all these types of disorders and shit, but they don't understand that because their generation is just like, suck it up, be happy. Even if you're not, you're going to be happy eventually if you just fake it. And it's just like, I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not trying to do that. Like, and everything costs $1 million today. It's just like back when you could get a whole meal for 17 cents. I can understand why you could, muster up gas 50 cents. I can understand why you could, muster up 14 hours worth of work. You going home and ain't spending a dime. Like, niggas get paid pennies now and gotta pay triple rent. Can't even eat gas almost $10 places. It's just like, there is many reasons to be unhappy, my man. There's so many reasons that I can't even count to be unhappy. But again, that generation, even though they're living in it, they don't experience it the same way, because half of these niggas retired. Half of these, motherfuckers got pensions, and, they living off the work that they did so many years ago that they can't understand how hard it is to work
living
now.
in houses that they haven't had to re-rent or anything, so they're not paying the same rent that we paying.
Oh, gosh. Mortgage damn near $40. It's just like, we don't get that luxury. And yes, again, like I said, we understand that y'all did all the hard work to pave the way, but the way that y'all paved is fucked. Like, it's hard as fuck out here, and y'all don't understand that because y'all are old now, and y'all don't have to go as hard as we do. Like, all of this shit that y'all got and y'all built and y'all have now, times weren't like that back then. And I know being black comes a part in it and how uneasy it was to get shit back then, but like, hey,
y'all still got it easy.
Hey, it's just like, y'all still had an advantage because everything is just so damn expensive now, and it's crazy. It's crazy, y'all. Okay, guys. Next topic I want to talk about is something that me and Mango talk about a lot. And we just talked about her boyfriend. We just talked about this with her man. And the reasons he gave us was crazy. So I want to ask, and I know there's a bunch of men who listen to my podcast too. Don't feel bad that I just called you out. I know this podcast is called Chemically Imbalanced Black Girl. If you're a chemically imbalanced black boy, that's absolutely fine. Do your thing, King. But I've always wanted to know why men, like, so willingly and happily have sex with women that they won't kiss. And I'm going to be honest with you guys. Y'all know my ex that I always talk about. Not that I always talk about. Let me not say that, because I definitely don't always talk about that nigga. I don't. But if you have been listening from day one, you know about the aliases I give my exes. So, fun fact, Clifford the Big Red Dog, my ex, he never wanted to have sex with a missionary. He always either wanted to do it on the side or wanted to do it from the back. And I started having a little inferiority complex about that because I was like, oh, if you think a bitch is ugly, then that's all you got to say. We can end this right now. But he would gaslight the fuck out of me. He was like, oh, I think you're the most beautiful person in the world. And I was like, then why won't you look at me? It used to make me so mad. So after we broke up, and I started hanging around my brother more and my homeboys, I always used to be like, I would hear them say like, oh, that bitch was ugly. I couldn't, I had to fuck from the back the whole time. It's just like, if you don't like the way her face looked, and you wouldn't dare kiss her, why would you have sex with her? And then I asked my homeboy about this maybe a few weeks ago because I wanted to get some feedback for when I talked about it on the podcast. And his answer was, oh, I don't know, because maybe she ugly, or maybe, her mouth fucked up and I don't want what she got on her mouth to rub off on me. And I was like, okay, so you just don't have to fuck her, right? Like, you don't have to have sex with her. Like, nobody has a gun up against your head saying, you gotta fuck this girl. Like, if you think she ugly, just don't have sex with her. And I asked Mango, I was like, if a nigga came up to you and was like, I got a 8-inch, 9-inch, thick, strong penis for you, and I'm gonna rock your world more than you have ever been rocked in your entire life, if you let me fuck. And he was the ugliest nigga you ever seen in your entire life. Mango, you letting him hit?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely the fuck not. So I don't understand why men think, and I told Mango this, like, men fuck like pussy is going extinct in the next like 2 years. They have to get it any chance they get, even if they aren't remotely attracted to the girl. They have to still have sex, and I just don't understand that, because if I'm not attracted to any nigga, you better not even mention dick around me, because that, get away from me. At this point, it's sexual harassment. So I just don't understand why they're so willing to do that. It's just like, no, why? I don't understand. But, and then we asked Mango's man, okay? He gave us a perspective. So basically,
he said this is what men told him.
He said, not him, not. Let's get that out of the way. This is not Mango's man personal opinion. This is just what he's heard through the grapevine. So he said that kissing is more intimate than having sex. And when I tell y'all, I have never heard that in my entire life. I've never heard that in my entire life, because I have no words. I just have no words. Kissing is more intimate than, and then we mentioned raw. So no condom is in play, no type of protection. You think kissing a girl on her lips is more intimate than just going in there raw, just shooting the club up. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. Then that brings me into the next topic that we also asked Mango's man, is that why does body count matter so much more to men than it does women, right? And he said, some women who have a lot of bodies look dirty. Then he was saying how much more easy it is for women to have sex than it is men. And so for me, that made it seem like it stemmed from jealousy. Because I know a lot of men have to do a lot of work. Some, not all. Some men have to do a lot of work to get even a little piece of coochie. Little sliver. They gotta put the game all the way down. A woman, in all honesty, could walk up to almost any guy and be like, you trying to fuck? And the dude would be like, hell yeah. So I'm almost like, so whose fault is that? It sounded like you guys wish you could get as much pussy as women get dick, and you just can't. So you have to put the woman down for how much she can get. Not to mention that the whole reason y'all having this conversation is because you also trying to fuck. So it always has just blown my mind why a grown man would even care if STDs aren't in the conversation. I don't understand why a grown man would have such a problem with how many bodies another grown person would have. I just don't understand that, because aren't you trying to fuck?
And then they do be trying to fuck.
So it's just like, I don't understand. If the number of how many people I've had sex with is gonna ruin your mood of trying to fuck me, why would you ask in the first place? If there's a number that's gonna turn you off of trying to have sex with any woman, you just shouldn't have sex with any woman. Whole time they body counts be up.
Double digits.
Triple digits. I mean, it's just like, I don't understand. And I've asked, y'all know I love all types of gay shit. I've asked some of my gay guy friends, like, do y'all care how many bodies, like, y'all male sexual partners have? They're like, no. So what is it about straight men? Y'all, I'll go into a whole tangent about this. I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand what the big problem is. And then I had another.
You get more bitches.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And then I asked another homeboy of mine, Elijah. He personally, oh, I shouldn't have said his name. Elijah, my bad. But he said that he personally doesn't like a woman to have a lot of bodies because it's not his personal preference. You know, he said that he likes to keep his bodies to low because he can only do that in an intimate way, which is a rare thing for a guy to say.
Yeah,
that's rare for a guy to say because, you know, they try to put it in anything with a heartbeat. So he was like, for my personal preference, since my bodies are low, I would like for my woman to also have lower bodies. So that way, you know, we could share, that be something we have in common. If one of us has never tried one thing about sex, we can try it together and shit like that. He was like, that's just my personal preference. He personally didn't say that he thought it was gross or anything like that, but just because he hasn't fucked a lot of people, he will also want a woman who hasn't fucked a lot of people. And I was like, I can understand that. That's the only explanation the guy has given me where I could be like, you know what?
That makes sense.
That makes sense. I understand that. But a lot of the times, I think a guy thinks that, and I was just telling Mango this, that I think they think that as many times as you have sex, that your coochie gets like looser and looser and looser. And that is not the case at all. Most of these men be walking around with 6 and under inches. I promise you, that's not going to do anything to the walls of this coochie. I promise it's not.
They don't never think about, oh, okay, we fucking different bodies, right? But if we fuck the same nigga the same amount of times, it's still
coochie's just tight as hell. Like, I don't understand. I don't think the more I talk, or the more straight men are allowed to speak, the more I realize that they just don't know anything about women except how to fuck them. Because it just makes me so sick. And not all men, because I've met some emotionally intelligent men a lot in my life, but some of them don't even take the time to be intelligent in the regular way. So it's just like, I can't do this with y'all. I can't have this conversation. Y'all stressing me the fuck out. Okay, y'all. Next topic. So I want to know, I haven't told Mango this yet, but I want to know if anybody else does this, because my weight fluctuates a lot, right? 1 month I'll be real skinny. Next month I'll be bloated for 60 days. And not the good type of bloat either. Not the bloat that make you look thick. Like, the bloat is just like, damn, I need to change my life. But do you ever buy clothes, or save clothes, I should say, for when, in my case, when your ass gets fat? Like, do you save clothes for that body that you plan on having in the next couple years? Like,
yes.
I have so many dresses, so many skirts that look disgusted on me right now. But I'm just like, no. When I get the ass, this gonna hit. This skirt gonna hit. So I have like a box full of clothes that I can't even wear now, that I've titled "Save for When Thick." You know what I mean? So these outfits are like years out of date, but like 2025, when this ass is round and caked up, I'm gonna put the dress on. The dress gonna be outdated like a bitch, but I'm gonna have to put it on because the cheeks are gonna be cheeks. Do you do that?
Yeah, I have, but I also have like carts too.
Yes.
Like,
oh my gosh, yes.
Like, cause I've been losing weight and I knew I was gonna be losing weight.
Yes.
So I was like, okay, instead of buying all these large clothes, why am I buying larges?
Exactly. Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
absolutely. And my original size for like my jeans and stuff and my pants are 8. I'm planning on getting to like a 10, 11. So it's just like, this booty has to booty at some point. I have this one like silk dress. The stomach look flat. The hips are hipping. As soon as I turn around, brick wall. And it's just like, I can't throw this dress away because it's gorgeous. But the ass isn't doing what I need it to do in this dress. So we gonna put it in this little box. And we gonna save it. And we gonna go to the gym.
But silk dresses are timeless though. So you don't even gotta
silk dresses are timeless. They are timeless. But
you don't never have to worry about that going out style.
Oh, girl. The way the ass just does not exist in that dress is crazy. And I have one of those bodies. If you know me in person, you know this. If you don't, buckle up. I have one of those bodies that from the front, the hips are hipping, the stomach's flat. It looks like I'm working with a lot, right? As soon as I turn around, it's just like, oh, shit. Ew. Like, the illusion is crazy. The illusion is crazy. And me and Mango talk all the time. So Mango has the juiciest ass I've ever seen in my life.
But no hips.
Mango has no hips, right? So she always says, oh my God, girl, I want your hips. I need your hips. And I'm like, Mango, do you know what a fat ass is with no hips? Still a fat ass. You know what hips are with no ass? No ass, okay? So you still got a fat ass, okay? The hips ain't really giving me nothing to work with. So
from the front, I look like a fucking box.
But when she turns around, it's crazy. And I would rather be stuck with that dilemma than for niggas to, or anybody to approach me with the thought or the illusion that I had a fat ass, and as soon as I turn around, it's just long back that they see. That has disappointed so many people, including me, in my whole life. And I'm sorry, Mango. I just would rather have your problem than mine. I would. I can't. I can't deal with it. Okay, y'all. We're about to wrap it up. I gotta edit the hell out of this episode. Oh my God. At one point, I burped right into the microphone. Just disgusting. I told you, I knew this episode was gonna be unhinged as fuck. But for the last topic, I want to talk to you guys about just the process of moving on from an old relationship and just how weird it is with doing that. So somebody told me, we all know I haven't been in a relationship in about 3 years. If you guys have been listening for a long time, you know this. So the one thing that one of my aunts told me that made me check myself is because I was talking shit about my ex's current girlfriend. I was like, this bitch is ugly, she fat, she da-da-da-da. My aunt looked me right in my eyes and gathered me all the way up. She was like, no matter how ugly you think his new bitch is, no matter how unattractive, how this, how that you think she is, she got the nigga that you want. And I was like, that's crazy. She was like, it don't matter if you think she ugly. It don't matter if you think she stink. It don't matter if you know her history. It don't matter none of that shit. It don't matter what you think at all, because he hitting that every night. And I was like,
Gagged you.
Gag me. I had no words. I had to take a sip of water. I was like, get out. Get out of my house, because I didn't need to hear that. I'm thinking we about to have a little girl chat, little fuck that nigga, yeah, his bitch ugly. She ate me right on up, and I said, wow. Okay, you're right. So I don't do too much, and you guys know that I'm attracted to women, so I don't really do too much of that bitch ugly. I don't like doing that, but you know, it's just weird. How do you feel about that, Mango? Just seeing somebody that you were with just literally go through life with a whole nother person. Like,
I've only felt some kind of way with one person.
Same.
And this was my first love.
Same.
And that's because he cheated on me with her, but that was his first love. So
oh, my heart would be broken. Wait, no. So he was your first love, but you weren't his first love?
Yeah, I wasn't his first
that
love.
Would have ate me from the inside out, Mango. So it was somebody he already had. He spun the block.
Yeah,
while he was with you.
While he was with me.
Absolutely the fuck not.
It was.
Oh God.
I found out on Valentine's Day.
No, you didn't. Oh my God. It keep getting worse. No, you did it on Valentine's Day.
I found out on Valentine's Day.
No.
And I had the day he told me he was gonna be out because he was gonna be sick. Had to say he
not sick. Niggas lie for no reason.
He was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be I have a doctor's appointment. I'm not gonna be in so we can celebrate Valentine's Day the day before. So he brought me some candy. I brought him some candy. You know, and then we were in high school. This is my 10th grade year, so you know a bitch is struggling.
Yes.
This is money I put to the side from Christmas.
Facts.
So I went in. And then mind you, I got this all from like Walgreens, Corner Store. Got all his favorite candies, and I give it to him. He said thank you. He gave me my stuff. I said thank you. And then it's the next day, Valentine's Day. I'm at lunch. Everybody's asking me where he's at. I'm like, oh, I don't know. He said he's had a doctor's appointment.
He had an appointment already.
Yeah.
Not no doctor's
and then I pull out my phone on Instagram. He posted up with the girl. They done edited the photo and everything. Three photos. You know, the little split.
No.
And it was some kind of caption.
No.
And then hashtag first love. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh my God.
We're in lunch. I still have to go to my last period.
I love you. What are you doing? Oh, hell no. What did you do? Did you cry?
Not at lunch. I cried when I got home.
Oh, everybody would have saw them tears. Everybody would have saw that. I don't give a damn. Everybody would have saw that.
I tell you, my heart dropped down to my ass.
Oh, no.
Heart dropped down to my ass. Like...
No. Oh, everybody would have saw me. I would have went absolutely apeshit. That's insane. See, luckily, I didn't find out that I got cheated on. the first time I found out I got cheated on with my last ex, I was in my first flight attendant training. So the only reason I found out was after they had already got together, we broke up. She posted their first anniversary. That shit was the day after my birthday. I started doing the math. I started counting back. I was like, April, March, February, January. I said, my nigga, we broke up in April. How the fuck y'all make a year this May? What?
That's insane.
That's insane. You had to be talking to her for a long ass time. Yeah, I was so upset. The day after my birthday is diabolical. I was like, wow. So luckily I had found out I got cheated on after we were already broken up. It still hurt the exact same though, because the day after my birthday is basically you saying fuck me and everything I stand for. Basically. Cause that's crazy. Out of all the anniversary dates, it had to be the day after my birthday. Didn't hide it or anything. I was just like, wow. So it's always so weird, especially when it's your first love. It's always so weird to see them doing life with somebody else when you had every intention on doing your whole life with them. Mm-hmm. It's really weird. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all know I keep it real. That's the main reason I haven't been in a relationship to this day, is because I can't handle another one of those. I'll kill somebody.
Honestly, I was a dumb bitch because I had took him back.
Did you? No, you didn't.
I took him back.
Mango!
But
wait. What was the excuse he gave you to make him take it? I know he was rizzing you up. What'd he say?
Actually, like, they had ended up breaking up. Cause he was trying to get me back while he was still with her.
What the fuck is his problem?
I don't know. Psychopath.
Oh my god, psychopath.
But
so
he was trying to wow. Okay, so the girlfriend ended up arguing with me over Instagram. All because I commented some laughing emojis. Because he had posted a funny video, I laughed, and she was like, "Oh," and he tagged her and his best friend.
No.
And then I comment laughing emojis because I thought the video was funny.
Right.
It's social media.
Right.
I thought
she was like, "What's funny, bitch?"
She was like, "He didn't tag you, so why you laughing?"
Ooh.
I said, "Bitch, it's social media."
Oh my god. Whole time, that's the thing I hate. Whole time he don't give a fuck about either one of you arguing. He laying back, drinking juice in his bed, playing a game, and y'all losing your fucking mind. I hate niggas so much.
Arguing with me. And I was like, all right, like, get off of my Instagram. Like, stop talking to me. So she proceeds to get my number out his phone.
No, she doesn't.
She calls me. No, and she's like, well, you told me to get out your comments, so I'm in your phone now. So
that's insane. Over a nigga that ain't loyal to either one of y'all. That's insane.
Mind you, if she would have just clicked on our messages, she would have seen him saying, when are you going to be my man?
That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. We gotta end this episode. I can't. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna wrap it up there. I'm gonna have Mango tagged in this episode, so if you guys want to see what she looked like in that big fat juicy booty, you guys can. And I'm gonna have her on another episode because I gotta get more of that because that's crazy. I gotta hear some more of that. Okay, Mango. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the episode. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. We are on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and you know your girl's on TikTok. Let's make this podcast the podcast. Okay, y'all? I want to hear you talk about it in the streets. 5 stars if you're feeling frisky, and 5 stars even if you're not. All the beautiful music in this episode is by the amazing Zoe Marie. Zoe's music can be found on all streaming platforms, so please go listen and love it just like I do. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.